16 years ago, and Christine Quinn is talking about the New York City budget. The more things change, the more they stay the same. Just listen to this.
The matter we're discussing today, it's an investigation in which I am not a target, and that's all I really know about it.
Are you concerned that this might have adverse effects on your political future?
What I want to make sure is that the budget that the City Council passes and adopts on behalf of the citizens of New York is as accurate and transparent as possible. For 2 years, I've worked very, very hard on the issue of ending the budget dance, making the budget a clearer, more usable document for New Yorkers. So I'm obviously troubled that what I found out about what was happening in the budget, it could be seen as a setback in our efforts around budget transparency, but we are going to obviously continue that effort and make sure that what we found out is addressed quickly and effectively so we can move forward and really make sure the level of transparency and accuracy in the budget is what we think it should be. Frankie?
Prior to 2001, when the monies were held in reserve, what kind of holding codes were used?
If we can find that information, we'll get it to you.
When you first found out about this in 2007, why did you take further steps to make sure that the practice didn't continue? Did you follow up to make sure that your orders had been carried out? Did you think about bringing this to light in any way, this practice?
Well, in the spring of 2007, when we were working on the adoption of the FY08 budget, I instructed my staff to end the process of using holding codes. The other practice I was not aware of. I believe that my senior staff followed my instructions. I gave that instruction on numerous times, and I believe I had every reasonable reason to believe that they were going to follow my instructions, since that is what usually occurs.
Can you clarify that? You said in spring 2007 you learned of the use of holding codes.
No. I said in spring of 2007, I instructed the staff to stop using holding codes in the budget. A few months ago, I learned that, one, that instruction was disregarded, and two, that the reserve funds were listed under the names of fictitious organizations, and we believe that practice has gone on at least as far back as 2001. That information I found out only a few months ago, and upon receiving that information, instructed the staff to give all of that information to the U.S. Attorney and the Department of Investigations.
Doing that, do you believe any illegal activity occurred?
That's really not a determination I can make. That's a determination for the prosecutorial folks to make. I can't make that. I'm sorry, did you have a hand up? I just want to go to folks who haven't.
Councilman Tony Avella said that this is probably the tip of the iceberg and part of a pattern of you rewarding political allies, and even suggested that this might have been done in exchange for votes on particular legislation, possibly on congestion pricing and things of that nature.
Councilmember Avella has every right to have his own opinion about what he believes goes on in the City Council. For 2 years, we, in my office and in my administration, have made the budget more transparent than it has ever been. We are the people who began the change in Schedule C of the budget, where names of individual council members who made the request for funding for an organization are now listed. We are the ones who have committed in the budget we will pass this spring to also begin listing names of council members next to capital allocations. I am obviously deeply troubled about what we found out, and I am working with my staff and the authorities to make sure it has been looked into. That said, I stand by the fact that there has never been a city council speaker who has been as committed to transparency and clarity in the city's budget as I have been.
And 16 years later, and it's still the gigantic mess, and it's as clear as mud, and the New York City Office of Management and Budget produces open data that is just incomprehensible, and no one's ever given some class or YouTube videos about the details of the budget. No one. All they do is put on a show, and nothing has changed. Peace out. Nothing has changed. Nothing. Peace out.